All right, everybody, welcome to episode 19 of Renaissance. So, obviously, the major character and the water packages have opened up. Some of you have clearly grabbed them already. Thank you so much for grabbing. Um, we will make announcements about those at some point soon. Will we tell who is?
I think I want to. Right, Alan's asking me basically are we gonna announce who's in what? We might do players at least, as far as like the majors are, but not the characters. Maybe we'll see. We'll see.
Okay, well, as cryptic as that was. Uh, So, like I was just saying to these guys in the muted, we don't have an airship anymore. We also don't have access to a flying submarine anymore. So we have to. You guys just dropped off the folks from at Haven, and now you're turning north in the sub, flying through the celestial speed at top speed. You're in the Celestial Sea. Like, technically, I guess you guys could shoot them out of cannons. But this team's job is to make it to Plumbob, everybody. That is where the next anomaly is about to happen. We don't know what it is, but something is about to happen there. And now I'll introduce the players. And did I have anything else to say? No, I'm good. I was holding down control too long. You all, you gotta make me cry with support. Okay, so first we have Cash, played by Soap.
It's good to be back, everybody. Hello.
And then because Nika's really polite to me, she put Cass right next to her. I am, played by Cowboy.
Howdy, everyone.
We got Tlalli, played by Trixie.
Hey.
And we got Vulpa, played by Linear.
Hello.
Alright, so everybody, we are technically coming up from right below. Like, this is Bone Meal. This is technically the Celestial Sea. So as you can see, you're landing at some pretty rocky terrain. And according to the scale on the map, you're going to have to walk about 75 miles through the desert to get to Plumbob. The rift / anomaly, based on your detectors, is pretty high. It won't get super dangerous. Or look, it won't, even if, who knows if it is dangerous. It won't get too bad until you got about 12 to 24 hours to make it there. It's around noon. The sun's sitting above you. The sub has to hurry, everybody. It needs to make it down to Tier Loa by tomorrow night. Because that is where another anomaly is gonna start up there, and Tomb Squad's on that case. So when you're in a hurry, filing off the sub, what does everybody grab for this 75-mile trip through the desert?
A lot of water. Okay. Cass grabs probably 2 jugs worth of water.
Oh yeah, absolutely. You guys all have like Camelback it.
Yeah.
Well, at least for him, he would be packing, extra medical supplies.
All right. Medical supplies, water. This is the sub, and it has been banged up pretty good thus far. I don't know if any of you are forklift certified, but we already took one of them out, and we already took the forklift out of the sub and used it.
Now I do have a question, and I'm sure you know what I'm going to ask if it's on the sub.
I don't think we pack your car.
Okay.
I don't think your car is Lockstitch like standard issue, you know?
Fair.
Same with the gentleman, I assume.
Yeah, the gentleman and the car are a bit too big to fit in our cargo. We have a small like pond skipper things that are about the size of torpedoes as the only thing that we have. I mean, I guess we have dirt bikes.
I think Vulpa would probably be packing mostly food, setting aside a good chunk of space for a pretty good like cactus steak, like the kind she had in Loker. Oh, sorry. Vulpa's gonna just be packing mostly food and cactus for the trip.
All right, yeah, for sure. Um, so we're Oregon trailing this basically while just preparing for the journey through the desert.
I have a question.
Yeah,
Is the place we're going to the insect place? Because I think I recognize this map.
yeah, it does. It is the insects. They are
Uh-oh.
they're like isopods. They really like the dead.
Yeah, I
But also
remember
hate
that.
the dead. And
I
they
remember
are
that pretty well.
they are about to get in a real situation with. Well, gravity is gonna get real fucky for them, or has been real fucky for them, and things are gonna get way worse.
I
Or
just hope
better.
they don't remember me.
Oh, they for sure do.
I
And they
don't know, I
remember
look really
Cash.
different.
Oh no, yeah, you're right. It's just like, the person we had a gripe with had 4 limbs.
When did Tlalli get more? What the fuck did y'all do?
Less.
Okay. I reiterate, you
Clem
know what, later.
is not
Later.
a good doctor.
That's right. And it's not my fault.
No, we have the good doctor with us.
So, Tlalli, at one point in time, axolotl shape. 4 arms, 4 legs. Now, no, sorry, 2 arms, 2 legs, sorry. 4 limbs in total. Now, Tlalli, naga shaped. 2 arms, no legs.
Tlalli.
Tlalli.
Was there a point in the past where Twali just had more and more limbs and just slowly been losing them?
No, but I got
Centipede Tlalli.
weird feathers on my frills.
You got feathered frills and like weird antlers.
Typically accurate Tlalli.
Be not afraid.
Or be
What's
afraid.
God to an axolotl is still. All right, so we just like walking through this desert.
I guess so.
Yeah.
I will probably keep an eye out for if I can find any sort of animal tracks. I know I saw some like kangaroo-looking things on the map. So I wasn't sure if there was animals around.
Oh, absolutely. These guys, you won't see a lot of them because they are endangered species. That Pearl has begun giving safe homes to people, and to people for them to have safe homes. That's a situation I consider very dangerous. But yeah, go ahead and roll me 2d20. Find some animal tracks. Or if there's like a easy path. Yeah, a nat 20 for sure. What is a fun animal that would normally live in the celestial sea but spend some time out of the water?
Hmm. Is there like celestial crocodiles?
Oh,
Yeah, absolutely. We've got some celestial crocodile. Like, you find a whole celestial crocodile nest. Like, it's very much like it's somewhere between a sea turtle and a crocodile.
How fast do you think those things walk? That's gonna ask him like genuinely to the Google.
oh, you mean how fast do they walk? Well, I mean,
Are they fast enough? Because I'll be honest, I don't want to walk this whole way.
they're moderately fast, but I mean, they're also you're taking a chance on possibly losing your hand, your arm, you know.
Wait, what do you mean you don't want to walk this whole way? What are you implying with these creatures?
Well, we could ride them.
Remember the part that I just said about losing a hand and arm?
I may be a good doctor, but I don't think I'm that good.
Well, you just gotta know how to apply the right persuasion, and we should be fine.
Do I hear a volunteer?
I volunteer Vulpa if she's so inclined.
Yeah, I mean, she'll pull out the food that she was packing specifically for this, and probably going to be casting speak with animals shortly after. Oh wait, you gotta touch an animal not hostile to you. Oh, I guess you gotta figure out if they're hostile towards me first.
Well, they're not hostile right now because they don't see you. Like, they are doing that very sea turtle thing of they have recently laid their eggs, they are now just throwing sand over them. If you were about to feel bad about taking them from their egg clutch, they were about to leave anyway.
Because it's unclear if the tokens, do they look like they have eyes, or are these things like blind?
I want to say they are basically pure white. The sun is giving them a sunburn already. Like, their pink flesh is from the sun. They do not have eyes. They are incredibly deep sea swimmers. They only come up on land to drop their eggs. And then they go back to the bottom of the celestial sea.
They might not be very suitable for riding through a desert then.
I think with your 20, I think it's still a solid idea. I think they are hardy. Like, they also, like, they'll get more sun than normal, but you could probably travel at night much easier with them.
Oh,
Because they don't need to see.
In that case, I will like slowly approach one, holding like food out so that it can hopefully smell it before it smells me.
What actually taming a crocodile? All right. Do you have any abilities, or are you just or just the food?
I got the food, and once I get closer, I can speak with animals. But as far as the approach, food, the universal ability.
Yeah, go ahead and give me 2d20. All right. Tough choice. Okay. This creature goes after the food. Like, and before you can even like get a word out, the food is gone and it lunges forward to get some more. It's going to take. These things are incredibly food motivated, especially after dropping their clutches. Like they will do whatever you want, but you have to constantly have food for them.
That is workable. Like I say, yeah. Then I'll try and kind of speak with animals to try and communicate with it a little bit more clearly.
I think hungry.
All right. Okay.
Hungry? Hungry?
So wait, these things are. Well, you did say they were lacking eyesight, right?
Yeah, they can't see you. All you hear is just like them sniffing the air and saying hungry. Or the sniffing the air might be the way that they say hungry.
I like that. I'll go with that. But we need so food, and she'll pull out some food to like give more food to give to them, and then she'll say uh, more food, feast, and then like north, and like try and basically convince them that we can get more food going north.
Like they nod, like um you are getting the feeling that they are like I speak to animal, like you fully understand what they're saying, even if they're not like speaking the words. Um like yes, the sun I'm too bright, must rest. Can they are asking you, can we go at night?
How long until night does it look like it is currently?
Um it could be pretty close to night if we like the do we said you guys left around noon. It's probably around like 2. Like the sun will set not as early as it does in the real world, but you get the feeling they are super fast on the sand at night. But during the day, they're going to move real slow.
Um, Going to signal back to the rest of the group. They can take us at night. They seem pretty capable, but that's gonna be a few hour break. Is that okay with you guys, or?
I'm fine with it. Frog would probably like it at night better too.
I can't believe I forgot Frog, god damn it.
Fine by me. At least we get to conserve a bit of water.
Yes, I suppose it works for me too. Just hopefully nothing we are currently being cast to do is, time oriented.
See, now Frog's got to be smaller than Tlalli, because canonically, the top half of Tlalli is still the same size. She's just real long.
Yeah, I have to coil up.
Get a side saddle ride, Frog.
In that case, we can travel at night when it's more efficient, and we should probably get there at least a little bit faster.
I mean,
Oh,
absolutely.
if you run out of food to give them, I do have wild font.
Yeah, there will probably also be some maybe plant. And she like looks around at the lack of plants nearby. There'll probably be stuff.
Oh, Vatna and inside Vatna, Vulpa and Cass. I think you both, Vulpa from like hunting, and Cass from having here before. The desert is kind of cold. Like the sunlight is still quite hot, but the breeze that's coming is quite chilly.
Ugh. Did we bring anything to start a fire by any chance?
I have my lighter, but outside of that, I don't know.
I don't think I brought much wood. I mean, I could. No, I don't have any wood on me.
These 3 crocodiles, by the way, burrow under the sand until it's nighttime. But so, like, it's just their noses out of the sand, but they are hiding from the sun and its deadly laser.
Hmm. Well, I hope everyone brought their jackets for this trip.
I suppose we'll just have to deal with it.
Vulpa with her coy little shoulder peeking outfit.
It's not that cold. I've felt worse.
All right, just letting you know that cold doesn't make the sandblast any easier.
Friends don't let their friends get sandblasted.
Well, did you at least bring any like dice or cards for passing the time?
Cash checks his pockets and it's just like, nope, unfortunately not.
No, I
You guys'
normally have
anomaly
something in there, but
detector
no.
goes off right then. Like as Vulpa is as Cass is like patting his pockets and realizing he does not have a deck of cards, your anomaly detectors detect something to the northeast of you. The direction you're trying to go.
Oh dear.
You know, we should probably leave right now.
It may behoove us to do so. I don't think we can wait.
It's strange that went off. Well, I guess they don't call it an anomaly for no reason.
Love it. All right. So this is Tlalli is clearly on Frog, but the rest of you are currently riding on an incredibly strange new creature that is the size of a crocodile, with a shell like a sea turtle, with a mouth with many a beaked mouth with many teeth, and they are no eyes. They live at the bottom of the ocean, and they move at incredible speeds. As you are flying through this desert, like Cass, there is snow falling over bone meal.
Uh, 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 hmm. Guys, I'm gonna be honest. I don't think I've ever seen snow fall in bone meal.
Don't think I've been here around winter.
I would figure they don't have a winter.
Kind of looks like they have a winter.
Here, falling was dead people and fire.
Also, was that a shooting star?
The ground shakes as something flies into the ground above the dunes just over the next ridge. Your anomaly detectors are now giving you two different signals. One incredibly powerful signal right in front of you above the next dune. The other one, the location that you were planning to go originally. So northeast but quite a ways, or turn and go northwest for a little while. The northwest one is the shooting star, though.
So, how adventures is everyone feeling?
Well, they sent us out here to fix anomalies, and there seems to be quite a few here.
Yes. Not terribly adventurous, but it's a part of what we were sent out here to do, even if it's quite sudden.
That's the spirit, everyone.
Certainly something.
So, do we want to just go to the close one?
Check it out since it's
Yeah.
so big.
Might as well.
As you begin, is it just like quick you charge over the edge, or do you sneak up on it? What is the plan? Because you're not going to be able to see it until you are at the lip of the canyon that this thing created.
Probably sneak.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Tlalli, give me 2d20 as you all sneak up to the edge of this canyon. Well, not canyon. Crater?
New Canyon?
Squat
I
canyon.
want to play
Squanyon.
a card.
Oh, yeah, for
but
sure.
I
What we
forgot.
got?
I'm trying to look for where I put Dreamable, or whatever it's called, Stream Loops. Okay, there it is. I like frogs, so I'm playing this one. And also because I know myself.
Absolutely.
You said 2d20, right?
Yeah. Go ahead and roll me. So I guess you get to roll 4d20 if you want.
Nice.
If you get a 1 and you get just go for it. We'll see how the dice treat us. Yeah, there we go. Perfectly fine. More successes than failures. All right. So you all get to the side of it, and you hear what sounds like sleigh bells ringing. And you see in this crater, surrounded by what look like musical instruments and the wreckage of a red sleigh being torn apart by this massive yeti, just shaking it into the night sky. All of this is anomalous. Every part of it. The creature, all of the stuff on the ground, the crater by extension.
Yeah,
Big
correct me if I'm
Yeti.
wrong, but that's not normally here, right?
No,
Wasn't here last time.
We just watched it fall from the sky, Vulpa.
Oh, maybe it was in the sky above here. I don't know. Just double checking.
Well, but since when has a Yeti ever flown?
I don't know. I see one that has done so right now.
Uh,
Well, it looks like we found our anomaly. I suppose we should probably deal with it somehow.
Big is this Yeti?
Um, so, have you guys all seen the stop motion Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer?
Yes.
It's that
mm,
size. If
Hmm.
you all were the wilderness guy and the little elf, that is the scale we're dealing with.
I could
Hubble's
still
gone
bite it.
feral. You're gonna bite it?
I mean, I could. Unless you guys have other plans.
I mean, you can bite it, we can shoot it, and we can. Wait, it's still anomalous if it's dead.
Hold on, like pull out the Lockstitch like book. It's just all right, all right, all right. We wrote this down, guys. Checks
It's
the
on
book.
paper. Now that I'm aware of the Lockstitch handbook, this man is gonna use that to be such a petty bitch with.
My question is, what does it say in the Lockstitch handbook? Do we? I think it does say if seems threatening or violent, we eliminate and try to quarantine the body.
Alright, well, I think with our group, we could probably do the elimination pretty easily, but how do we quarantine a crater?
Well, I would assume that we are some miles out from any actual civilization. I would say just mark the location, and once we have time, come back for it. You can't really quarantine something this large with so few people stretched thin.
That sounds reasonable.
I mean, what are the chances that someone comes across this?
All right, let's.
Yeah.
I think it is probably.
Um,
You like a crater token, everybody? Or down? Yeah.
Seemed pretty good.
Oh, so we had to go a little northwest, so it's probably over here then. Near the boat.
I say, wouldn't it be potentially next to the boat?
It's much smaller than that though, so like it's still probably at least 20 miles off of the boat. I keep trying to move this and trying because these are just two maps that I like stuck together. Obviously they're meant to be together, but the borderless ones aren't seamed together yet. All right, so that's where it's going to be, everybody. It's snowing out here. It's in the middle of winter. It is going to be a couple of days before the crew can come back and get you because they're going to be on their own mission. Like the folks at Haven are just making moonshine right now and eating pizza at a Pizza Hut, a legally distinct Pizza Hut.
I guess worst come to worst, we can come back after we deal with the other one and quarantine it that way, and crew can deal with it whenever.
Would
I would
we
say let's. I would say
Frog
let's do
licks his
that.
lips.
would we be aware that it's as close it is to the ship?
Um, you're within. And you're within like 20 to 50 miles in that range, so I thought that you couldn't see it, and the ship's not an anomaly. So unless like I guess the only way to do it would be keep track of it by the night sky.
Okay. I had a thought, but that's for after this.
Yeah. I guess we should just deal with the creature as a start and figure out what to do later.
I think Cass would be good at keeping, like, at least being able to do that type of locating, since he's lived here for so long.
Yeah, for sure. But do we want to deal with the Yeti first? Or the Abominable?
Well, we might as well get it taken care of now, because once it's done tearing that unfortunate sleigh apart, where else is it gonna go?
Yeah, that's pretty fair.
Alright. I know Tlalli was talking about biting it. It does not see you at all yet. It is currently just upending this sleigh, trying its best to rip every piece of it apart and just throwing it around. There's a big bag. It has ripped the bag open. It's laying on the ground. There are a bunch of mostly musical instruments, but some of they have like ribbons wrapped around them. They are festive.
Hmm.
Well, I guess Tlalli can approach. Me and Cass can get in position to shoot it. And Doctor, I guess do what you do best.
Panics.
First of all, I think at least what he would do best is cast trapped in the margin to keep it in place.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's start off with that. Give me 2d20. That's like and take the higher. And if the second one's a 1, you can ignore it. 16, 17, absolutely. Um what is the stipulation you're putting on this? That is just it cannot move from this spot.
It as with the trapped in the margin is it's basically just words wrapping around it and like effectively chaining it into place. So it can't move, so potentially those that want to bite or shoot it can actually get a clean shot off it.
Absolutely.
Hmm.
All right, Tlalli. Are you just charging it with on frog?
Yes, but also I have a question. Do I have the same poison as the people who bit me?
Oh, you sure do.
Okay. Nice.
You got that salt wolf in you. You got that dog in you.
Then yeah, I'm gonna charge it and bite whatever part I reach first.
All right, yeah, give me 2d20 and cash. You also give me 120. Give me a d20, just in case. Like, all right, so far so good. We got a 16 as the highest thus far. All right, what if that was a 20 though? Imagine how hype. All right, so you jump forward and bite it. Oh, hold on, let me. Frog gets 2d22, of course. All right, Tlalli and Frog rushing down this canyon, snow in the air, this Yeti just shaking this sleigh as hard as it can, and it's still just making the nice quiet jingle bell sound. As all of a sudden it turns and looks and sees what it's expecting, by the way, is Tlalli and Frog to be jousting at it. That's what it thinks is about to happen. What's actually about to happen is they're just going to spring forward and bite the hell out of him. So it's getting ready to fight all of a sudden wrapped around its... Now, Cash, this is a bit anomalous as well. You feel it in your core. Like, your magic blood now, you're used to it being warm sometimes. When too much magic's in the air, when there's a bit of adventure, you can feel it. You feel a bit flush. Right now, it feels like you have hot cocoa running through your veins. As ribbon-like calligraphy, cursive, just wrap around this creature, and the loops look like manacles between the letters as it is chained to the ground. As you watch Tlalli bite the hell out of this thing, and then Frog too. Frog doesn't look like he has teeth, but at some point we decided he also has teeth. So yeah, as you sink your fangs into it, Tlalli, the area around it is like it is calcifying, but what it looks like it's calcifying, but what it's actually doing is you are dehydrating it with salt fangs. As it's like starting to break apart, and it is not enjoying this. Like as it screams, you finally get a good look inside of its mouth and see that it's missing all of its teeth.
Well, I got enough teeth for both of us.
Excellent. Its teeth on marshmallows. Yeah, Vulpa and Cass, like, you two see this happening. It is clearly stuck in the ground. It is trying to lash out at Tlalli and get Tlalli and Frog off of it, but it cannot do this thing, as it is chained to the ground with an... I cannot stress enough how much it looks like that writing has like a velvety texture. It looks like he's being attacked with Christmas ornaments.
Cash is starting to feel more festive. It just slowly turns into like the poor thing is wrapped like a Christmas present.
You two are mounted on your sea turtles, by the way. Your sea crocodile turtles.
Can Cash just mercy kill it?
I mean, for sure, like, it is trying to get loose. It will, like, if it succeeds, it's going to be a problem. But if you want to try to, like, roll me 2 20-siders, Cass. Oof. Tough choice. All right, here's your tough choice, Cass. You see the moment right now. This is a mercy kill. You've lined up, you got the shot, but when you look to your right for a second, and it's only going to exist if you focus on it, you see a box that just says "for Cass" that has been thrown out of the sleigh and has ended up over here. Your tough choices: end this boss fight right now, or open your Christmas present.
Oh, it's... This is a hard one. Why'd you do this, Alan?
Because it's funny.
Okay.
Shoot your Christmas present. Or don't.
Yeah.
What do you want to do?
Mercy kill your Christmas present.
Mercy. Cass is gonna open it. Cass is too tempted.
Like, the first thing you see is a deck of cards right on top. It's just like exactly the kind of cards that came to your mind when Vulpa asked if you had a deck of cards to play with.
Alright.
And then you see it. A brand new hat. Oh, and a matching poncho.
Oh. Uh-oh.
You feel it,
Yep.
Cass. As the poncho settles onto your shoulders, the responsibility does as well. Looking around, all of those instruments on the ground are toys not yet delivered.
Oh no. Mm-mm. These toys are gonna get delivered on my watch.
Cass has been conscripted into being Santa Claus.
Does that mean Cass is a saint now?
Saint of prostitutes. Look it up!
I mean, that is accurate.
Santa Cass.
It is, in fact, Santa Cass. Alright, though. Vulpa. You saw it. Cass had a perfectly clear shot. It was all ready to go. And then, it's like, okay. And then he looked down and missed the shot. It's on you.
She's going to just sigh and direct her croca turtle over to the side to try and find a slightly further angle away from that group. But yeah, she's looking for just a shot and a distance from others in case this thing, I don't know, picks up a rock to throw. Yetis tend to do that.
That is a fair fear. You've got a clear shot. It'll take one of your dice to get that clear shot, so you have it. Are you firing from here?
Yeah, probably. Thanks. That sounds sensible.
Give me that 1d20. 11 is perfectly fine. The bullet, where are you aiming?
To avoid accidentally hitting Tlalli, she's going to be aiming for the other side of where she bit. So, if she bit his right side, she's aiming for the left.
Yeah, absolutely. So it gets hit by the bullet. It starts bleeding. It's roaring, shaking, trying to get out of the margin spell. It is gonna roll 1d20 to try to get free. I roll really well. It is going to rip itself free of one of them, and it's going to try to grab you, Tlalli, by your now long tail. And it is going to try to, much like how you shouldn't rip a leech off of yourself, that is what it's going to try to do to you. Would you like to roll 20-siders against me? Or do you have an ability that you think is going to help you? Or if you've got a better idea.
Let me look at my abilities. I mean, I do go good old petrify.
Good old petrify.
And I am fighting it, so.
This is fully true. Okay. So I'm going to roll 1d20 where you can roll 2. And all
Okay.
yours has to do is be higher than mine.
Okay.
I rolled an 18. I'm really good at this.
I
You
also
also
rolled
rolled
an
an 18. Okay. but you are, and like I know petrify is a magical spell, but the way that you are using it is by being physically on it. So I think your physical buff does carry it over, as this thing is just repeatedly trying to yank Tlalli off of him. It's just screaming as the like you just will not stop, and you can watch the he's drying out so fast. It becomes not like a piece of stone, but more like a statue made of concrete. That is how this one comes out at the end. Sorry. And then you pull your fangs out of it, and it looks exactly like a miniature Yeti from a ceramic set at somebody's house, like at somebody's grandmother's house. Or your aunt, perhaps, if you have an aunt named Tammy. What up, Aunt Tammy? So, let's describe the scene. There is now a statue of the abominable snowman that legally distinct, but I need everybody to picture that one stop motion Rudolph movie. That is what is here. No teeth. Painted up, even though it's been petrified by Tlalli, now it is painted with a glossy shell. It's real nice. It looks real good. It's going to look great on your mantelpiece. Except for it's like 30 feet tall. Surrounded is the wreckage of a carriage of some kind, maybe a sleigh, perhaps. It's red and gold. You do not see the bodies of anything that might have been pulling this sleigh, though, or any blood showing that this creature murdered all of them.
If this wasn't already being marked as an anomaly by the detectors, this shit's already pretty odd.
How do I? It's the production value.
That's what we come here for.
Yeah.
I expect no less.
I was also sort of picturing what the Yeti looked like was what original Bumble looked like when they found him in the attic in the box with the rest of the puppets. If anybody understands what I'm referring
Yeah,
to.
from Labyrinth, yeah.
No, they...
No?
When, after Rankin Bass was finished with them, they
Oh, shit,
basically
okay.
threw them in a box and they deteriorated.
Poor guys.
Only 2 of them remain, which is Santa and Rudolph, unfortunately.
All right, everybody. Here is an anomaly. It's like this creature and currently is the apex of it. It is resonating outwards according to your anomaly detectors. All of these items on the ground are also part of this anomaly.
Cass is gonna go and pick up the piece of paper on the ground.
There is a piece of paper on the ground. And she's like, 1 flute. And it's like, Wyatt, nice. 1 flute. Leela, nice. 1 trumpet. Colton, nice. 1 drum. Daisy, nice. 1 banjo. Dominic, nice. 1 pan flute. Carlton, naughty. 1 piece of coal.
Well, I feel as if the festivities feel very festive this mission, so I think I might just take on the task.
Right. Are you okay?
feeling pretty jolly, right?
Oh,
Uh,
you're
uh-huh.
so jolly. Your nose is so red. Your abs shake like a bowl full of jelly. Full of marbles.
Anybody else craving some homemade chocolate chip cookies right now?
By gods, I feel like the hat has gone to his head.
I want cookies.
Won't lie, Sam.
Frog is giving the most enthusiastic thumbs up.
I mean, for a moment there, it did quite feel quite festive, but that now's not the time to get on about how festive. This is, first of all, this is all kinds of messed up considering, and we also have a job to do before anything gets festive and otherwise.
Exactly. Our job is to clear out anomalies, and this is currently an anomaly that we gotta sort out.
This is a side anomaly that we have already taken care of. Kind of. We need to go to the actual anomaly that we were set to take care of.
Look, all right. Do you want to leave them? Do you want to leave them kids giftless?
It's pronounced
No.
Jifless.
Such a stupid
This is
joke.
the kind of thing that makes a cat feel rather Scroogey. You know, can we please get to Plumbob?
I'm taking the gift.
I mean, if we're lucky,
And
the kids
and
are
the
in
note.
Plumbob.
Wyatt and Leela are from the town of Digburg. Colton and Daisy are from Dry Docks. Dominic and Carlton are from Plumbob.
I mean,
You know exactly what their living rooms look like right now, Cass.
oh. That was odd. I just got a quick snapshot of every kid's on. I got a snapshot of every kid that was on the list living room.
You
That's
see
information best kept to yourself for reasons, Cass.
in the
No.
distance, there is a quest marker that looks like a question mark. No, that's ridiculous. It's red and white striped. It's a candy cane.
Oh.
There are 3 of them. One to your northeast, one to your direct west, and one quite far to the north. A little bit to the west, but mostly north.
I'm taking the gift. And the note too. I will be delivering these presents, whether you like it or not, Mr. Scrooge.
Humbug.
Just mark it in the report.
Possible head injury. I'm gonna mark that in the report.
Put cookies
Yeah, I'll
in
leave
the
out that it
report.
was caused by you.
Marking.
It
Gonna
can't be
marking
caused by
cash
me. I'm
on
the
the
medic.
naughty list. I see.
I was gonna
Oh
argue
man,
that,
who is
but I
on the
have,
naughty
but I
list?
have, but I have done some things this year, so fair enough.
Oh, I just heard someone say that they wanted a jolly laugh. You know, good old. Oh. Did that actually pick up, by the way?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh yeah, we
Yes.
definitely
Okay.
we got the ho ho ho.
Yep, somebody is clipping it right now and saving it as a soundboard for later.
All right. So were we just continuing onward to Plumbob?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yes.
So with a candy cane in the sky that only Cass can see, but it does feel real. Like it is part of the night sky to you now. Riding on your alligators and frog. Sorry, what did you put all these toys in?
Rock and hold them if you want.
You know what? Yeah.
Throw a bunch of children's Christmas presents in a frog's mouth. That literally was just trying to murder things seconds ago with that mouth.
Hey,
Oh
they
yeah,
were
but I
pretty
didn't ever
tightly.
broken anything.
Nothing has broken.
How's the bee doing?
Let me put frog back on the map. So it's don't worry about the fact that the sun's coming up back there. It is still in the dead of night. It probably just hit midnight. And as you make your way into Plumbob, Plumbob is a city carved into the side of canyons. Plumbob is a city full of isopod people, like pillbugs. Plumbob hates healing magic. They would rather just their parts rot off and then put them in a jar before they heal themselves. This whole city, you are detecting anomalies all over the place. As you are coming down the stairs, and you will see the first church is one of the first things that you see. Does not go beyond your notice that there is a giant, it looks like the top of a lake across the canyon that is just frozen solid. It is floating there. You can see snow falling from the sky directly into the canyon and landing only on that spot. You see a very cold isopod person standing outside the church. He is wearing a red and white cape. He looks at Cass and he's just like, Merry Boxing Day.
Merry Boxing Day as well.
How can we help? How can we help you? How can we help you, travelers?
Can you answer a question?
I can try. I accidentally put Vulpa on Frog. Didn't know that.
It's mine now.
Oh,
What is
fuck, you did
that?
that.
And she's just gonna point dramatically to the floating ice lake.
Haha, one of the blessings. Yes. It was great when it was constant flowing fresh water. It's worse when it's a giant block of ice.
Yes, quite.
It is cold, by the way, down here. It is as, like, if that was just there in real life, how cold it would be surrounding just a giant chunk of ice. It's worse than the refrigerator. And you don't see anybody on the streets except for this guy. Also, it is after midnight. Just after midnight.
Does a new outfit like really keep Cass warm? Like he's just
Absolutely.
constantly drinking like a cup of hot chocolate.
Yeah, for sure. You are so snuggly and warm.
You see, don't see what the problem here is. I think it's pretty nice and warm.
Yes, festive. And like he pulls his collar closer. It's just most of the clergy has gone home for the night. Is there any? We just have the midnight service. You're welcome to come in. Do watch your step, though.
Why is that?
And it's just like, oh, some people just. I mean, you'll find out. Just be careful. He goes back to ringing a bell that has a little pot in front of it.
I think Vulpa's just gonna exchange a look with Cash.
Yes, midnight. What did you call it? Mass? For what?
We are a deeply spiritual people. If we don't thank
Of
everybody for
course.
the gifts that we are given, then they might be taken away. Nobody wants the giant chunk of ice floating in the middle of our city to be taken away or anything. Warming up his hands.
Who would take the giant block of ice away?
Oh, no, you couldn't, could you, right? Because it's a giant magical floating block of ice in the center of our city. It's just like, I would hate it if somebody took it. It could be valuable to somebody. We wouldn't want it stolen, though. Or dispelled of any kind. I don't. It's just we thank the
Heck.
heavens.
Cash, I think he's trying to say something else.
Yeah. Can you wink? By any chance?
I've been winking this whole time.
All right, understood.
Oh, and he, like, you see him like pry one of his eye like lids open. He's like, sorry, they got froze shut. Wink.
Yes, I am very much aware of what he was doing. Okay. Is there anywhere warmer in the city we could go to, not freeze?
The church is always open.
So I'm also looking for. How do I word this without? I am here to give presents out.
Of course
know
you
it.
are. This guy, he's really into the spirit. Look at him. I didn't see he had the matching cape as well. It's like, oh, you're really doing it up this year.
Yeah. I forgot who are the two people that were here.
It's Dominic and Carlton.
Yeah, I'm looking for a Dominic and a Carlton.
And it's just like, he looks at you kind of sideways, you know? It's just like, oh, are you really into it? Oh, he's like, did the parents pay you off? They got you like sneaking in, delivering the thing? You know, if the kids see you, you disappear. That's just the legend. That's not actually what's gonna happen, right?
Oh. You know, I don't know, but I still feel like in my heart that I need to do this.
All right, yeah. Carlton, yeah, they live right down there, and he points down a couple levels, and he's like, "Hell, it's a little bit warmer down there out of the tragic fucking snow." But it's yeah, they're right down there. He points to a place. He's just like, it's gonna be tricky to get in there, of course. Like, built into the wall, we don't have. Oh no, they do have a chimney. You see the connecting pipe through the stonework. It's the exhaust pipe. He's just like, and if you're really in the flavor, that one connects right to him. I hope they're all asleep in there, though. You don't want to get spotted.
Yeah, thank you, kind sir. Thank you. Cass just puts a little bit of money into his bucket.
It's like, oh, people put money in these things. I didn't know that.
What did you think they're putting in them?
If real life is any hint, spit.
To be fair, I've only really seen the GGGs putting gold into pots.
Further, it's like, have you? I haven't heard the good word of this GGG.
Neither have I.
Yeah, seems better for another time.
Cass is gonna go try to sneak into these people's homes. you guys are going to church.
Somehow our second option sounds worse.
But before Cass does go off, will he allow me to do something to him?
That can't sound less sketchy than trying to break into the house of some
That
kids.
is. Not all the Texans are going to church, thankfully. What do you mean
Well, I mean,
by do stuff?
a spell to make you invisible.
Can I help break into the house? Tlalli hates this place and she doesn't want to go to church.
Oh,
Look at that! I already got 3 people helping me with this.
just looks like Cash is going to church.
No, I'm just putting a spell on him and going with Cash.
What am I doing?
Apparently, you're going to church, so. Well, do you want to help old Saint Cass here? Bring joy to some kids. No, bring joy to some kids. I don't know what you mean by breaking.
If that is what we are calling it to make you feel better, yes, you were bringing joy to some children.
Is it really breaking in if I'm not taking anything and I'm leaving something?
Yes.
Yes, it is in fact trespassing.
Fine, I suppose your legal counsel should go with you just in case.
Oh, we all robbing the house. All right.
We're not robbing.
Not robbing.
We are not robbing.
Well, burglarizing.
Cash and Cass are apparently going off to do this.
With Tlalli, I guess. I guess I can check out the church.
Is it really breaking in entering if it's Santa Claus or Santa Cass?
Well, I guess
Santa Claus is the only culturally acceptable burglar.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. This seems like what we're doing. It's so just Vulpa's going into the church. But are you going into the church to talk to somebody, or just trying to stay warm, or like because we can see your anomaly detectors are going off like crazy outside. You guys can just make rolls on the anomaly and not talk to anybody if you don't want to go into the church and just do it like on the sly. That's perfectly fine.
I think she wants to get at least a little bit of information about what even is going on.
Absolutely. Okay.
Just so that when they are done with LARPing as Santa, we'll have some leads.
I guess no one's in the Christmas spirit, and I don't understand why. Well, except Tlalli, of course, and Frog.
What's a Christmas?
Sorry,
I don't know. I like
Boxing Day
promise
here.
cookies.
I'm going with them to make sure that whatever they plan, they're at least doing it smart. I'll keep an eye on the anomaly detectors.
All right. So you 3, even though it's like in the middle of the night, you see. Okay. Hung by the fire, there are 2 oyster shells. You guys can look through the window. You see a happy family, like arm in arm, singing some like Christmassy-esque theologically distinct Christmas songs. And like big yawn. She's like, gotta go to bed, everybody. And then they start heading off to put them to bed. One of the parents stays out here. Cass, and the rest of you, I suppose, at this point, your job is to deliver I don't have a chocolate chip cookie. I have a cinnamon roll.
Oh, hold on, close enough.
I have a croissant. I have curly fries, but I don't have a cookie.
Would they leave either a confectionery out for Santa Cass, or would they leave a whiskey bottle out for him?
Leaving curly fries out for Santa is really funny. But because it is based on, like, our storyline, it is going to be cookies and milk. Like, based on, like, Earth mythology.
Is there a carrot out for the for the creatures that pull the sleigh?
It's centipede milk, though, so, you know, gritty. Does anybody do that? Is that a thing? That people leave carrots out for the reindeer? Is that a thing?
I know at least my family did. We did like reindeer chow and carrots sometimes.
My family got out of doing anything Santa related very early on when I was an asshole kid that decided Santa wasn't real and made it very much my personality that Santa Claus was not real that year. I wasn't the best kid.
Rebel.
So wild. I also didn't know Dominic the Donkey was a song until much later in my life. Alright, everybody. The dad goes up to the thing, sets out a cookie, pours out some milk, starts putting the candles around the room out, says a little prayer by the fireplace, and big old yawn. And starts heading out of the room. What is everybody's plan? Also, Cash, could you do me a solid and roll me 2d20 for looking at the anomaly detectors?
That's what I was gonna say he was doing. Anyway.
18 is perfectly enough. The anomaly detector is detecting where the snow's coming from as an anomaly, is the whole way down until the floor above you as an anomaly. It's like something's going weird between those two, between the sky and that space. I think it's going to be one floor of Plumbob. Feels very off. But you wasn't the floor that you guys needed to deal with. It's across the hall from you. You're fine where you are. Not noticing anything weird. But it is Cass's outfit, all of the treasure, all the items in Frog, and just the whole deal is all part of an anomaly. If Cass does not deliver these presents tonight, they will disappear. Does not deliver the presents, and they are not gotten by the kids tonight. When you close the anomaly, they will disappear and have never existed.
Huh.
They have to be gotten, unwrapped, and acknowledged by the children without them seeing Cass tonight, or else it's going to be 4 very disappointed children, and one of them that deserves coal. Do we remember which one deserves coal?
Was it Dylan? Was Dylan the one?
There's no
It's
Dylan.
Carlton.
No, not.
Tlalli's like, remember. Oh, so you do still have the list, so.
Cash just out here delivering random coal to random kids.
Cass is just kind of going for it. Well, I mean, Cass technically has the list to refer back to.
Yeah, absolutely. This is Dominic and Carlton's house. Dominic deserves Dominic gets a banjo, and Carlton gets a piece of coal.
I don't like that. What do I have?
I do love the idea of Troll Tlalli being like, this won't do.
I have a statue.
Oh my god, give him the statue. I would love...
Merry Boxing Day, kid. Have Satan.
Absolutely.
Okay, everybody.
I'm really
This
tempted
is-
to go
This is the best. This is the best case scenario. All right, Tlalli, Frog,
Oh
and
my God.
Cass, make your way. Like, so right now, the dad is still in the living room. Like, he is just puttering around, doing dad things. But you're on a time limit now. You know that if the sun comes up, Cass, these children won't get their presents. You have to deliver these gifts.
Say, Cash, you feel like being how should I put it? Being a talker tonight? Please, it's for a good cause.
Not more than I usually do, but fine.
See, you're on your way to getting off the naughty list in no time.
What the hell is a naughty list?
Huh? Well, it's when you've been naughty, you know.
If there's such a thing as a naughty list, wouldn't at least majority of the crew be on that list, yourself included? I have seen you do things.
Listen, I have answered a new calling, okay?
I was trying to give a kid a
Sure,
present.
alright. If that's what you're calling this, fine.
It's like you suddenly see Cass in a new light, and it's almost angelic as the perfect beam of light comes down on him, and you see the snowflakes around him, and he's got that twinkle in his eye.
Bah humbug.
Don't get mad when all the 3 ghosts suddenly decide to appear in front of you.
I already only know of 2 of them, Karam and Midnight. Who's the third? I'm sure it'd probably Karam's sister.
All right.
Midnight, no.
All right, so what's the plan to get in here, everybody?
How long is the chimney?
Yes.
Does
That-
Cass get Christmas magic?
Absolutely, you get Christmas magic. What can you do all of a sudden?
You can go down chimneys no matter how slim they are.
That or you just touch the side of your nose and you can get inside.
Yeah, Cass, give me 2d20.
Oh wait, is Cash going to distract while he does this?
Are you caroling?
Oh, fucking no, probably.
Knock on the door. Who could that be at this hour?
Tlalli shoves him in front of the door. After like a quiet argument of like, I'm not doing this.
Oh, are you homeless? Oh, I'm so sorry, dear. We don't
Penance
have
for the
any extra beds.
penance for the homeless.
Yeah, we've
Penance for the
We've
homeless.
got some leftovers for you. Here you go. You look so scrawny. Look at those cheekbones, so scrawny. Here is some eel guts served over some chutney. It's delicious. Try some here so I know that you like it. See if it's too spicy. No, go ahead.
We do too much shit for you people. Okay, I'll try it.
Okay, roll me 2d20 to see if you like eel guts over chutney. Yes, it's quite good.
I
Eel
mean,
guts is
admittedly,
just
he
what
is
they
a
call it.
cat.
That's also fair. All right, Cass, do you do the either one will work. Do you touch your nose and teleport into the room, or do you somehow shrink down and you can run the length of the chimney?
Cass definitely shrinks down and just runs the length of the chimney.
Flies out of the chimney, elf on a shelf size. All right, Cass. You see them. You see the 2 oyster shells. You've got in one hand coal, in the other hand a banjo.
Can I have given him the statue?
Do you want to do that? Oh,
Yeah.
I thought you were gonna come sliding in
Oh yeah.
after
I
Cass.
didn't know if I was allowed to, but yes,
absolutely.
I want to
Tlalli,
slither in there.
Tlalli, like some kind of creature from some Christmas nightmare, slides out of the chimney, covered in soot, like dark eyes, wide fangs, carrying a statue to one of our literal devils, Wasmodius.
Kid
Yeah,
deserves something more than coal, okay? This is all I got.
Well, Cass reads the list to just see what he'd done real quick.
Does it even say?
Or does he just say not?
It just says naughty, and then there's a bunch of like Beeromancer writing underneath it, and it's just like it's kind of unsure what that means.
Cat trud.
There's actually a ton of Beeromancy all over this. You should have had your lawyer check this out before you put that out.
You should have had your lawyer check it out.
I'll check it out after this. All right.
You feel incredibly Tim Allen right now. You
Am I
you feel
Bernard?
an urge of being like, huh?
Does that make me Bernard?
Wait. Oh, Bernard was the elf. I forgot about that part.
Yeah, the tall elf.
If there was going to be a tall elf here, it's Tlalli as they come
Right,
out of the
right.
tall
Elf lolly. Let's go. Okay.
All right. Cass and Tlalli, roll me 2d12 to get your Christmas presents put to do 20 to get your Christmas presents put away before legally theologically distinct Christmas presents away before you were seen. Yeah, Tlalli's really good at sneaking that photo and that statue of the devil out.
I'll miss you, except not, because I didn't like you.
It's like, wait, what? No, this is... And as soon as it's in this little silver shell, you can no longer hear it.
Finally.
So these two are just like, oh, dear, you look just famished. It's cold out there. And they put a big fluffy coat around you. It's made out of, you know the hairs on the backs of bugs? Like, that's what this is. It's incredibly scratchy. She's like, don't worry. We'll get another one. Like, I'm sure Carlton deserves one for Christmas, for legally distinct Christmas this year.
I'm sure he deserves one too.
Here you go. He has a nice coat. And, like, Cash over their shoulder, you can see tiny version of Cass stuffing the stockings with a banjo, or stuffing the shells with a banjo and coal, but then long Tlalli creeping out and putting a statue to the literal devil inside it for the other kid. Cass, with an 11, you have plenty of time to get your coal and banjo away. But you're gonna have to make another roll if you want to drink this milk and eat this cookie.
Hey, you have to share.
Frog is just face up against the glass, staring at the cookie.
Is he licking the window pane?
Absolutely.
And
If
I
there was
gotta
a
roll
screen, it would be terrible looking.
I gotta roll again, right? To eat it.
Oh yeah. If you want to get that
2d20.
cookie, yeah, 2d20 to get that cookie. Gotta get
Okay.
that cookie.
Can I fight him for the cookie?
Are you trying to eat it right here? Or are you bringing it out? Because if you are trying to eat it right here, Tlalli does totally get a chance to roll 2d20 to snatch it out of your mouth. But you gotta beat a 17.
You know what? Yeah.
Okay,
Alright,
let's
Tlalli.
see.
Yes. Let's see an 18. No.
Oh.
Can I roll?
13.
Can I play a card?
You can, but a 13 is also one of our crits
Oh, okay.
for adventure.
Okay. I'll just take the 13.
Like, Cass, as you pull that cookie up to your mouth, you see Tlalli coming at you, fangs out, eyes glazed over. As you pull up the first cookie, there are 3 more cookies underneath. Like, for a moment, you saw your life flash before your eyes, Cass. And your life in that timeline ended at the fangs of Tlalli.
Oh. At least they made more.
It's just like, and then you hear the dad be like, "Oh, I left some cookies out. Don't worry. We'll give you some of these."
No, I can't. You all have already been quite lovely.
Your arms loaded with Tupperware, buggerware. I don't like that. You all steal that and make your way outside.
I share the cookie with Frog.
You can have what they gave me.
Nice.
Frog is so happy about the cookie. He's also happy about the fact that his mouth is now not full of a statue of the devil.
Sure, it tasted awful.
I bet it did. And now, Vulpa, as you make your first step into that church, were you careful?
I mean, they said to watch out for like people on the floor, so yeah, she was a little cautious going in.
There is a ladder down from the door to the roof of the church, as the entire building is upside down. But only on the inside. From the outside, it looked fine.
Oh, well, I mean, I say it's big on the inside, but I guess it's upside down on the inside.
It's not upside down. It is godly corrected. This is how the spirits wanted the church to be. It wasn't their fault that we built it wrong.
I see. Wait, which spirits?
The spirits, the ancient gods are waking up, showing us the way that the world should be, and we foolishly thought we knew which way was up.
I see. And they also said that there would be a flying lake of ice. Is that correct?
If they decided that they wanted a lake of ice floating in the center of our city, who are we to say that they are wrong? There are definitely some people in the crowd chattering their mandibles together.
Let's see. What else have they found that was wrong with the city?
2 of the rooms in the blacksmith area have decided that they do not make sound in them anymore. Also, I believe we've lost the color red. No, wait, not red. I believe we've lost the color blue.
I think she
We
like,
haven't seen it in days.
I think Rope was gonna like check her hair because like it did have a slight blue tint to it.
Silvery.
Seems that is true.
But
And
you dressed as a Lockstitch person, correct?
yes, probably.
Oh, sorry, go ahead. You were going to ask a question, though. I was just wondering what you were wearing.
No, I have no idea what I was gonna ask. I've already forgotten.
She's like, as you can see, I'm sure somebody sent you a SOS, so you were somehow warned. We here in Plumbob are perfectly fine and happy with the way that life is, the way that the gods have intended. So thank you for your concern, but you may go.
Oh, all right. I mean, I just, I'm very spiritual myself, so I was just curious, where you communicate with the spirits.
But they put a giant block of ice outside of the church. I think they were talking pretty clear.
Ah, well, yes, I suppose that is a pretty
Um,
obvious sign.
It started off as rain that went upwards for a little while. And then it started to turn into the white ice. And now it's just a big floating chunk of ice. And if the spirits didn't
Understandable.
want that, who did?
Well, do you have a mad ice romancer around here?
Oh no, cryomancers are highly forbidden. They preserve things too long. We don't put things on ice here in Plumbob. We want things to rot at the speed that the spirits intended. I guess now they intended things to rot slower, though.
I see. Well, in that case, I guess there's no issues here, then I suppose I'll be going.
As you leave, one of the people scrambles up the ladder behind you. Please, please give it to that block of ice.
Yeah, yeah.
It's so cold. I'm not made for the cold.
I am, don't worry.
You have to get rid of it. This is like the rest of you getting out of your successful, not robbery.
Ash is just let Tlalli and Frog have all the Tupperware he was given with whatever food's inside.
There are so many different kinds of foods in here. You got your eel guts on chutney. You've got your legally distinct falafel Papa Juniors. Because if you make them too close to the recipe, you actually just get sued, no matter where you are in the world.
Somewhere there's a fruitcake.
There's
Some
definitely
kind.
just standard fruitcake. And also one of those big pieces of cheese that's covered in almonds for some reason that looks like a hedgehog.
I thought you guys said you weren't robbing a place.
I don't want to talk. Just. We're not talking. No. I did detect a few things while I was assisting whatever the hell Cass is currently doing.
The beetle looks over at Cass. He's like, no, they got him too. He's infected with the festive. It's infestive.
Don't worry. Tlalli's face can cure it.
No.
Well, it can. It can cure that one guy.
I mean, I could try.
No.
And again, got Vulpa and
And my-
Cash in just a very bah humbug moods. I don't understand it.
In my medical opinion, it's probably something else that may go away if we fix the problem.
Hmm.
Maybe.
As it's about 1:30 in the morning, and you have to travel hundreds of miles. You have 4 more gifts to deliver, Cass.
Now, I don't know who's feeling like helping me on this little adventure. But if anybody does, they can be happy to join. If not, they can stay and take care of this anomaly while I take care of this little anomaly.
Well, I think I have to come with you since Frog is holding your toys.
Oh yes, Frog, of course.
Sometimes I learn from my mistakes. I'm staying here with Vulpa. I'm not helping out with this.
but
Thank you.
Fine by me.
Okay, hold on. I can do this. Give me a second.
We're doing the cardinal sin of splitting the party.
I was gonna say it could be worse, but we know it always can be.
It's like you're turning it into almost a race between the 2 of you and the 4 of you. Because if they seal up the anomaly before the chest and before the treasure goes out,
Can Cass save Boxing Day before Lockstitch ends it?
So now you make it sound like we're getting rid of the entire holiday.
That's my plan.
And y'all are calling me a Scrooge.
No. I already saw Vulpa's name on the naughty list. In fact, it's pretty high up there.
How many times is it on there?
I didn't know the naughty
but
list had a ranking system.
Just one, but it's like there's a good amount of like text here that I can't read. Actually, we'll talk about that one later.
No, probably is not me then.
No, see, now you have my interest quite piqued. You said you can't read it. You need a professional eye to read it for you, Kaz. Read it for you, Kaz.
I mean, the most that I think of it, because I can see like I said, I can see all the locations and stuff and what they want. But there's a bunch of other text on here that's unreadable.
Now, in the theory of once we seal up this anomaly, that piece of paper you have will disappear with it, and then I guess we'll all never get the answer.
Do you really want to read it and take up time?
I suppose you do got me there.
Alright, so our 2 groups are these guys who are with legally distinct Christmas magic flying out of here. And you 2 trying to close this rift.
You know, Vulpa, this is starting to feel like one of those days.
Well, the days where you're just staring up at a giant block of floating ice and wondering how you got here.
And also watching a friend and a senior officer flying away on a frog that I know can't do that and yet is doing that currently. Yes, actually.
Good old times.
This over with. Let's get some back to some form of normalcy.
Anyways, honestly, the inside of the church is quite the topsy-turvy, to say the least.
Oh, yeah?
The priest is adamant that the spirits wanted it to be upside down.
Is that so? Is there any sort of small statues or something that has like a little face on it around Ellen?
Probably.
Because he's going, and this ability doesn't have a name because this actually came from the last time I think I was in Plumbob. That he has the ability to ask a spirit to enter an object if he gives it AP. Just friendly ask it to go to it.
Yeah, sure. You put into it like the roll me a 20-sider. Oh, that's so sick.
His lack of Boxing Day cheer is very toxic, apparently.
It was there. Then it jumped to Cass.
Bah humbug.
And Cass's heart grew 3 times its size that day.
Please seek medical attention for that.
I hate to tell you this, but you are the medical attention.
Shit.
All right. So hold on. Here it is. Okay. So you go up to a statue to infuse it with a spirit, and from the ground, like Vulpa, you see a scaly / furry hand just come flying up. And Cash, what would you say is your most valuable item? The thing that you would never want to lose. Sentimental reason more than valuable reason. Maybe a gift.
Oh, goodness. I mean, I know the true answer, but that would, yeah. I mean, that would actually be his journal. Is what would be the most important item, most sentimental.
Oh, absolutely. And it gets snatched by a strange green figure. All you can see is the furry, scaly hand as it reaches up, grabs your journal, and just scurries down and further into the city below.
Oh, you green son of a bitch!
And it has a red hat on as well, and it is just like bouncing from one thing to another. Over its shoulder, you can hear the clicking of oyster shells together. It has a giant sack completely full of oyster shells, each one named. He's got some food that was left out in the sack.
Are there scaly large creatures in Plumbob normally?
No, but chuck me. I hate this. I hate this day.
The
He's
beetle
just
looks over
rubbing
and
his
is just like,
nose.
that
Bridge of his
wasn't,
nose.
no.
What was it not?
The squinch is a mythological creature. There is no way you were just robbed by the squinch.
Robbed by the squinch in broad daylight?
It's the middle of the night.
Broad moonlight? Moon is quite beautiful, by the way. But
that traveler was right. The echo is waking up. This is how the spirits want it to be. They're gonna ruin Boxing Day. You guys have to save us.
Yes, of course. I'm gonna go. He's just angrily walking away. I'm going to take this. Blah, is just muttering angrily.
don't
Today has
worry,
been weird.
Cash. We'll squelch it.
Stop.
Hammer time.
Sorry, sometimes they just write themselves.
So, were you two, 3 counting frog, So were we going to Digburg first, or are we going to Dry Docks first?
Which one's closer?
Digburg is probably closer.
Probably hit that one first.
Yeah.
All right. In Digburg, you have Wyatt and Leela. They both are on the good list. One gets a flute, one gets the drums. Wyatt gets the flute, Leela gets the drums. But here's a problem. Oop, wrong one. No, right one. Just don't get the token. Okay, finally, I did it. You can see where the oysters are on the map. But you can also see their drunk father. Is sitting in front of the mantelpiece. He's got a shotgun loaded and across his lap. There is still cookies and milk. But it definitely feels like it's like bait cookies and milk, you know what I mean?
All right. Well, the dad does not seem to be too adamant. Hmm. What? Oh yeah, actually, can Cass use his? Yeah, can Cass use that the bolo tie and just activate deceptive glare? So it just creates an illusion of just something kind of like walking past.
Yeah, roll me 2d20. All right. So with a 15 and an 18, I think you do make something walk past. Very like an obvious thing walks in front of him and like does a little hand wave. The illusion turns back around to you and gives you a thumbs up.
I give it a quick nod before kind of just sending it towards the back of the house.
Like it goes through the house and you don't hear anybody fire at it. You do hear it's just like, "Whoo! Keep your eyes closed. Don't say anything. You didn't see anything. Close your eyes. Okay, go back to sleep." And it's just you just hear two small voices like giggling.
Well, I'll be alright, so the two kids inside aren't asleep.
Are guns made out of metal?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Well, if push comes to shove, I can take care of the gun if I can get close enough to it. I have steel sprout.
Are the kids kind of just waiting to like?
They're in their room. They're pretending that they don't hear you guys at all. So as long as you don't go in there or don't give them any reason to come out, they will be hiding in their room, even if they hear normal noises.
Okay. And the dad didn't see the illusion at all because he
Nope.
was asleep, right? Okay.
Dad's drunk. Dad's passed out.
Okay. Ah. All right. Well, we could try disarming him. He seems to have not noticed the illusion at all. If nothing else, I do have some like a sleeping dart to put into him.
You could do both. Just in case one fails.
I could.
Cass, dressed as like in very Santa Claus thing, puts his like revolver up on the railing outside. It's just like for Christmas.
Is the revolver at least decorated for Christmas?
Please, I would love it to just be ornamental. It's just green, gold, and red just all over. It just screams Christmas.
And when you shoot it, she's like, Christmas!
Or it just does like the riff for he sees you when you're sleeping.
It's like a nursery, like haunted rhyme in the background.
This one's like, Cass, as you reach back to get your gun, right next to the spot for your normal gun, like you feel it. There's a new gun there. As you pull it out, this is the Silent Night.
I love it.
You almost took me out with that, Ellen.
It is always silenced. All of its rounds are always non-lethal.
Yep.
The trick to it, though, is it turns all previously done damage to non-lethal damage as well. So if somebody like has cut the shit out of something, and it's at like 1 HP left, and you shoot it with a Silent Night, it just passes out and those wounds close up.
Oh, okay. It's like
Well, that's good. We didn't want to kill the guy anyway.
Alright, well, I don't think you need to roll to shoot this guy.
okay.
I'm personally picturing it like one of those, like in a John Wick movie or in any spy movie where somebody walks into a room, looks back and forth, just points a gun and pulls the trigger twice, and all you hear is just the silencer twice. Don't worry, the only scars that they get from it are about the size of like a tack that you might get when you're hanging up Christmas ornaments. It's only about that big. And he is out cold, by the way. He is mixing prescription sleep medicine with alcohol that he probably shouldn't have.
Oh. Well.
That's his fault.
I guess I don't have to take away his gun.
I mean, you still can if you don't like his gun.
Or if you do
I
like
use the
his gun.
spell. I just want to use the spell.
Just turn his gun into a Christmas tree.
Yeah, Yeah, I'm gonna do that.
Does
I still
Echo
don't
even
have-
have an evergreen kind of tree?
Yeah, the Stilling Thicket's full of evergreens.
Okay.
I remember having a conversation with Lucira the other day about if she was an evergreen or not.
I mean, she is. She's a perennial.
No.
I don't have a good Christmas tree token.
It's in our hearts.
Oh, like, all right. So, you give these two children their Christmas gifts, I assume. Like, this guy's out cold. You can do whatever you wanted in this guy's room, and he's not gonna do shit. He's done. Here we go. Excellent. I did it. Just so we know for everybody, these people are, I mean, they're definitely like on the poorer side. They are cats. By lineage, they are cats from Plumbob, so apparently their names are jokes of some kind. Whether we know what those jokes are or not. The dad's been on a hard time. You see an eviction notice on his desk, like on the table. They're closing up the mines. They're too dangerous, everybody.
If I eat the eviction notice, does that negate it?
Okay.
If Midnight ate it, it would. Because he breaks, he can break Bureaumancy with that.
Can I take it to give it to Midnight?
Absolutely, we can steal this.
Nice.
So it is no burglary.
It's burglary for the good of the people.
That's right. This fucking... We're gonna get rid of all land... Like, fucking kill your landlord is the title of this game.
For the children. For the children.
I think on top of that, Cass just leaves them just a pouch worth of gold since the mines are closing down. That way they could at least like get food and water.
Yeah, for sure. And while this is going on, everybody, let's just fun quick question. How are you chasing the squinch? It's running through the lower streets. You can see it, an incredibly tall, gangly looking green furred creature with a massive bag of shucked shells over its shoulder, running, giggling with glee.
It's so happy. Are you gonna ruin that?
Yes! It stole my journal! And whatever else it took from the people here. Is its name actually just the Squinch?
It is now.
How
The
much
Squinch
of a
is a spirit Grinch.
how much of a Scrooge do I feel like being to this creature? Because I could easily fix this problem rather quickly.
Yeah, what you got? Like it's running around. You see it like reaching, pulling oyster shells, like painted oyster shells off walls, like unscrewing lights. Like setting flaming paper bags of something on top and people's doorsteps, then knocking on the doors and running away. You know, normal prank stuff.
Cash pulls off the grossly scratchy blanket he was given and like will use it as like a makeshift thing to write on. And he's going to cast diagnose just for this thing's like to like painfully sprain its leg so it just can't keep going.
Yeah, for sure. Give me 2d20. Try to sprain this thing's leg.
Like full behind the back, like leg sprain. Man fell.
This thing is currently tightrope walking across the canyon. Like the canyon is lined with multiple chains that are holding up coffins, and it's just like slowly like do 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 on its tippy toes, and then you see it twist its ankle, like, and not even it twists its ankle. Its ankle twists all the way around, and it falls off and it grabs onto the chain, and it's dangling above this huge expanse. And it's like looking up in full panic, eyes like super wide, yellow eyes, looking out for anybody to help, like reaching up, like you see it's holding onto the bag of its stolen goods with one hand, and in its other hand, it's just the chain.
Does he make eye contact with Cash at all?
I think it does. Like makes eye contact with both Cash and Vulpa because you two are like at the ledge, and it's just looks at, help me.
And he's just smiling down at it. No.
Vulpa's gonna try and jump off to like aim to jump onto it.
Onto the chain.
No, the creature.
Okay.
It's-
All right. Yeah, Vulpa, give me 2d20 and leap to your to your hopefully not death. But that the one looked like a 20 for a minute too. It would have been great if it was
It was
220.
almost 220s.
Almost was 220s.
You leap off, and this. All right, so this guy is about, I don't know, like 15 feet tall, but mostly it's just really lanky. He has greasy fur. You can feel the scales underneath the fur. It is wearing Cass's outfit, but very poorly. Its cowboy hat is only big enough to just like fit on the top of its head, but it has a string that ties it on. And its cloak is more like a welcome mat that he threw over his shoulders than Cass's is. And one hand, all of these shells and food, and you see Cash's journal in there. And where are you on this thing? Because you can be like on its back, you could be holding onto its legs, you could be balancing on the rope. You got a 20. Where is it?
I think she's. Sorry, my thing didn't go for a second. I think she's going to try and be landing pretty much on the sack itself.
Yeah, absolutely. Do you want to take that sack from it and just like keep falling?
Just keep falling? Yeah, sure.
Absolutely.
She'll do that, and like I guess her other hand be trying to pull out the little clam pearl that's like a Mario star to like try and negate the damage of falling to her death.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. Like you keep falling, and like the squinch is like looking up at it puts his other hand on the chain and is just laughing hysterically. It's just very Mark Hamill Joker, just laughing. And then you hit the ground, and it's just big, just poof of the snow that has managed to hit the floor of the canyon and dust. And then like you just stand up.
She does like the superhero landing. You know?
Oh, it's a superhero landing for sure.
And then like flips her hair back dramatically and looking up at it with like the stolen goods, in hand.
It balances, gets itself back up onto the chain, and points at you, Cash. And she's like, "This isn't over."
And as
And
he's
then-
being pointed at,
What?
he's just got that like the nightmare smile. Oh, I'm sure that is the case. What was the name? What was the name of the clam that he was forced to dress up as again?
Did we name it?
I think it did actually have a name.
It stands. The squinch stands to his full height. He's just like looks in the distance. You see the sun is starting to slowly rise. I don't think your friend's gonna be in time anyway. Ta-ta! And tips his tiny little cowboy hat and also jumps from the chain, just in a completely different direction, like trying to land as far away from Vulpa as possible. You win this round, humbug. All right. The other two of you. Hold on. It is just about dawn. Here, let me show you this one because I like this one a lot. The sun is just starting to rise. Your last two deliveries are in this houseboat, which is not a boat that's not a house that's in water, but a boat that has been redesigned into a house. And all you gotta do is sneak in, and you can hear the very excited mother of Colton and Daisy as she is getting Boxing Day breakfast ready for everybody. She's humming to herself. She's super excited. She's checking the gifts that she put under the oysters, and she's so excited, like so happy about it. She just got a good job, everybody. She can finally give her kids the Christmas that she's always wanted to. What? No. So it's Dominic and Carlton. There we go. So this is Colton and Daisy. They get the pan flute and the trumpet. That mom is gonna hate her life. Unless they're really good at it. I don't know. Alright, Tlalli and Cass. How are we gonna get in there and deliver these gifts without being seen by the mom?
I have a couple options. We could do that whole door caroling thing again, but that would be kind of weird. At what time is it right now? 4 a.m.
Yeah, I would say it's like 4, close to 5. Yeah, sun's about to come up.
Yeah. Putting on my thinking cap here.
Just pick a second Santa hat on your Santa hat.
Just has a mini Santa hat that goes on the cotton ball.
Can I make fog in the house?
Yeah, I mean, you sure can.
Okay, let's leave that as a last resort, because that's probably going to scare the mom.
This is the most horror story Santa Claus thing I've ever heard.
Well, cats can't be seen.
Ho.
Just heavy cowboy boots walking up to the door.
with the spurs clinking, just clink.
I mean,
Little
she
bells
is
hanging off
cooking.
instead of spurs.
Oh
She
yeah,
is cooking. She could think she's burning something.
that is true.
Well, it's not going to smell like smoke, but if she wants to think that, that's fine.
Yeah, I'm down for this idea.
Okay.
Tlalli, roll me 2d20. Let's see how convincing your mist is.
Let's see.
I mean, pretty damn convincing.
Oh, I felt that one for.
She's like, oh no, oh no, oh no, and she comes back and she throws the back door wide open, like letting the cold air into her house as she's like fanning it out. She's like, okay. This isn't too bad. It's oversteaming some things. Okay, that's fine. These eel guts are gonna be amazing. They're gonna love them. And she runs back into the kitchen. This place is full of mist. Like, you are going to be very obscured. And the back door is wide open.
How far away is the kitchen from the back door?
Probably just a room over.
Okay, so if I go through the back door, like I wouldn't be like just entering the kitchen.
Right, exactly. You'd be
Okay.
in the next room over. You'd have to trip over something or break something to get her attention.
Okay. Yeah, Cass is just gonna sneak through the back door, and then
Give me 2d20. Alright, both successes, so we're good, we're good. So you feel it get pretty chilly in here. This place is a step up from the last place that you were just at. You can see pictures hanging on the mantle, like sitting on the mantle. Like this woman and her two lovely kids. They're great. They're on the nice list for a reason. But I don't see any reason that she comes back in here right now. So
I'd say he quickly puts the gifts in the clams, and then quickly takes the if there is any, takes the cookies and milk and just eats
oh,
them.
absolutely, yeah. There's definitely cookies and milk.
Right.
And the sun starts to come up. You hear all the kids like run into it, and Cass and Tlalli right now too. It's gonna feel wild. You two feel everybody getting their gifts, like the excitement, joy. Tlalli specifically, you feel Carlton getting his gift, and then just like for you two in Plumbob right now, you just hear malicious laughter coming from below.
I said I was gonna make it worse.
That should be okay, right? Nothing we should worry about now, right?
Like, oh, all the kids are so happy. That's no happy child.
That's certainly someone's happy child, just not that one.
You all arrive back, so you didn't even leave footprints in the snow, Cass, for the record. Like, they have no idea that a person did the mist, did anything. All of that is completely... They are going to say that it was whatever our Santa Claus figure is. Alright, so you guys all see it. Like, there is an anomaly in this area. It looks like loose frayed thread all over this place is the anomaly. It's not a rift that you have to stitch back up. You just have to snip a couple things, get gravity back to normal. No problem. It will make... For you all your successes, I will let you know what it'll do. That this anomaly just causes gravity to work different on 2 layers of Plumbob. It will go up instead of down. It also makes the room in the blacksmith's hall silent. 2 of those. And of course they don't have the color blue. In those places specifically. But when it's not snowing, it causes there to just be a lake floating in the middle of this place. So they always have access to fresh water. And they are not, like, they don't drown anymore because the water is held in the center. It floats. Now you can fix that anomaly. Like, you can see it all around the frayed edges. 2 of these people, like, you've met a couple of people that want it gone because it is making it cold in the winter. Also, it's an anomaly.
I'll be honest, I see the practical benefits of having a lake of water floating in the air, but if we turn gravity back on, that is killing a lot of people.
Yes, that is a very much a very real possibility.
So we need to get rid of this cold first.
Do you know any kind of weather magic?
I have kinds of weather magic.
That doesn't give me all kinds of hope, but at least it's something to workshop.
I think Vulpa's gonna, I guess, attempt to kind of tug a little at some of the frayed thread and kind of just see what happens.
Roll me 2d20. All right, with an 11, you are going to learn that the weather is not part of the anomaly. Weather just be weathering. The anomaly is gravity working against you, and if gravity wasn't condensed in that one spot, if it wasn't right there reversed, then the ice would never have formed, and it would have just been snow that gets on the ground. But because in those two layers, like gravity reverses and then goes back, the snow tries to go up, then goes back down, then tries to go up and goes back down. So that is why you just have two huge piles of ice right there.
Unfortunately, what I don't have is fire to melt this. I could try just reversing gravity and sending this to the, I guess, moon.
Was this water already here?
It looks like, basically, I don't know how to describe this. So the snow falls from the sky, right?
I'd hope so.
And well, it seems to be going down, but coming back up because down there is inverted gravity, and so this is where the gravities are meeting, basically.
But was this water already here? I know that at one point, they had issues with flooding.
Some
I
of this
think it is
water already here.
natural rainwater, as far as I can tell, or snow water. Well,
Yeah.
you know.
It rains a lot here, and therefore it snows a lot here. Like
Okay.
when you convert the rain to straight snow, would be a massive blizzard, except for it's all like contained in this one spot.
Okay. Because it was more of the question did they already have like some water down at the bottom, or is this just kind of how it's been due to the weird anomaly?
Yeah, my only concern is that turning gravity back on means this falls and crushes whatever's below us.
Yes, that is also a problem.
Cass and Tlalli, you two can be returning right now, by the way, if you have anything to add.
So just how bright is a frog's nose, per se?
Oh, it's so red. He's probably drunk though.
Like red hot? Oh.
I don't know if it's red. I don't know if it's hot. It'll make your eyes cross really stupid though if you stand too close to it, and it makes a really weird noise the second it comes uncovered.
An interesting predicament. I mean, okay, so an option, I don't know how feasible it would be, But if we reverse gravity so it all goes up and then try and angle gravity to the side, we could throw it out of the city.
Okay. How are we gonna do that?
Well, I think we can just probably
No,
pull some of these threads in the correct wrong direction. That is the theory.
Oh, we're straight just gonna fuck with anomalies. Okay.
I thought we were just gonna warm it up.
Do you have enough warmth for the lake of water?
I mean, I could change it to summer, but that's probably gonna take a bit to melt it.
I mean, I could help. Cass could help.
I would think that if we have magic to negate the issue, we shouldn't touch the anomaly.
Well, I mean, I guess there's not really a time limit on this anomaly. I suppose we could
can't let the
wait.
priests know that we're trying to get rid of it. They think the spirits did this.
Well, the spirits obviously sent us to help with this problem, so therefore the spirits are helping, are trying to get rid of the problem.
I don't think that's how they're gonna see it.
It's fine.
I do have a thing though.
spirits.
I already tried to get a spirit to help us, and yeah, no, I'm not doing that again.
Yeah, we didn't see the squinch. It doesn't actually exist. We didn't see it. The beetles close their eyes, like the bugs close their eyes as tight as they can. It didn't happen. It didn't happen.
Oh, speaking of didn't see the squinch, I think, did this belong to you? She just pulls something out and hands it to him.
Give me the bag, Vulpa.
But I got it.
Give me the bag, Vulpa.
They look at Cass. It's just like they look over. The sun is just about up. It's about like in like 2 minutes it will count as daytime. All of the shells are here. They've got presents tucked into them. They're all like stuffed shells. Marinara sauce everywhere.
All right, she'll hand the bag to Cash and I guess maybe try and take something.
He'll be fishing out his stolen journal, just eyeing her.
We have to last minute deliver all of these shells.
All right, well, Cass?
Yeah.
How busy are you for the next
Hand me the
hour? Yeah, she just hands him the bag.
Not very actually. I just finished.
Great. Well, here's a new list.
Bam. Oh, perfect. Kids are already on my list this time. Tlalli, do you mind if I borrow Bro real quick?
Sure. Give him cookies.
I was thinking, Cass just imbues him with Christmas magic. Just fly like just stupidly fast.
So festive.
Yeah, no.
So, I mean, absolutely. What are we doing about this anomaly? We can fully, you can play with the thing and see if that works. Like, I don't know. It might. Do we leave this anomaly where it is? Or do we melt it somehow and like let the water fall? Because this place is used to water being all the way at the bottom. Like it hits the bottom, it goes off into the ocean. Eventually.
I think the most practical thing to do would be to start trying to warm it up with Tlalli's summer idea. And in the meantime, I'll try and find a faster method of flinging this ice ball.
And also, in the meantime, I suppose I will suture this rip closed.
It's just some
While they're
frayed
doing
edges. It's just like instead of like a full on, but yeah, absolutely you can use the
that,
any anomalous stuff to close it up. Absolutely. The second you cut that last one, though, Cash, it's going to like gravity's going to go back to normal.
I think he'll get a good chunk of it like sutured closed because I don't think he knows how to sew, but medical professional, he knows how to do that. He'll leave it just a little bit open, so once they have it melted, he'll close it.
And Vulpa, roll me 2d20. Yeah, absolutely, Vulpa. While you see Cash slowly going by, like figuring it out, you just like, oh no, why like this? And you do a little bit of alchemy here, for the record. Because you're playing with stuff you're not supposed to. As you find the way to launch it. Like, you hear it start to like groan as gravity shifts.
You might want to hold on for this part.
Got it.
I guess.
Tlalli just floating away.
It's like, you definitely would, but it's like, oh, you feel much lighter for a second, and then it flings straight up into the sky. Well, not straight up. Definitely at an angle. You fired this northwest?
Just like a direction that like seemed relatively free of things.
On the crab.
Crashing into the crab. Oop, grabbing the wrong thing.
Flinging the map as a whole.
All right. Giant, like, lake's worth of ice flying somewhere else. And now, Cash, you could seal this up, and all it would be doing is harmlessly snowing.
Yeah, he would finish as that is like just being flung and everything just,
You do
figures itself
hear
out.
a priest or two hitting the ground, for the record.
Good.
I'm sure they're fine.
Oh yeah, I guess we could have told them to leave the area before flipping the grab.
No, they deserve it.
You hear the blacksmith singing Call Me Maybe at the top of his lungs.
Oh, did we have to fix that part of the anomaly? I guess so.
He has no idea that you did it. So he's just like still like clang, I just met you, clang. This is crazy, clang. Alright, Cass. Give me 4d20. Actually, Tlalli, 2 of those are yours because 2 of those are for Frog, and 2 of them are for Cass.
Okay.
You said 226? Oh.
What was that?
You said 220-siders?
Yep. 220 siders. So far, we're sitting at a 12. That's going to be real nice. And that 13's going to be great, too.
Yep.
Let's fucking go.
You redeliver all of these things. Like, you're hanging them up there. You're on all 4 of your arms going faster than people can see. It's the scene from Grinch where all the stuff is being put back. Like, the stuff is being stolen, but it's all being put back. It's like Frog's tongue doing some of the work. Cass's forearms flying at ridiculous speeds. Somebody, as you are like giving them their gift at the last second, like somebody with rubbing their eyes. It's one of the beetle kids just like looking up at you. And they look at you for a second, and they're starting to realize what's going on. And the only thing they see is the Lockstitch symbol, and then they fall back asleep. This kid is going to be spreading propaganda for the Lockstitch for a while now.
Lockstitch saves box day.
Exactly that. All the people that have been living their lives upside down, and the blacksmith comes out of his place. He's like, "You guys can hear me again?" And everybody starts cheering, and everybody goes to the railing and starts singing their festive, like, theologically distinct Christmas songs. And yeah, that is the end of today's game. Even with that anomaly closed, the squinch is still out there, for the record.
I'll get him.
Did anything break?
A threat. Nothing broke. You did complete that bounty.
Nice.
Cayman's bound is complete, then the ice breaks as it hits the ground in the distance.
Yeah, just like, haha!
Technicality. We got it.
Oh, no. Like, it's not a thing that I'm sweating if it breaks.
I mean, it's just ice. It's just gonna melt eventually.
It's just a lake's worth of ice, and it's snowing, and it's beautiful. And the beetle guard like comes up next to you guys. She's just like, "Do you guys need a place to stay?" My wife does the best roast centipede.
Well, I was gonna say no, but then she heard roast centipede, and now she's interested.
I was gonna say yes, and then I heard roasted centipede. It was now I don't want to go.
It's like, don't worry, we have an amazing roast cactus as well. The most tender thing you've ever had.
I'll be the judge of that. Let's go.
Alright, let's fucking...
Did Kaz get to keep the list?
No, the list definitely went away when the last gift was given out.
Okay.
He does keep the outfit, though.
It just kind
Swanky.
of dissipates.
It's like, the Beatles are just like, let's get out of here before anybody in the church comes out. And yeah, so to the recap screen, we went to Plumbob, everybody. Only after Cass had taken on the holy mission of being Santa Cass for Boxing Day. That was the anomaly. Santa's sleigh fell through a rift with a Yeti, with an abominable snowman. We turned the abominable snowman into a giant ceramic doll by biting him. Cass put on a fancy outfit. Tried to get everybody in a festive spirit. Cash is so much not in the festive spirit that when he went to talk to a different spirit, he created the Squinch, which is a legally distinct Grinch. I don't know how legally distinct it is, though.
Legally indistinct.
Legally indistinct Squinch. Legally similar Squinch. But the anomaly was the fact that gravity was all fucked up in this town and was creating the water couldn't fall all the way to the bottom, and therefore snow couldn't fall all the way to the bottom, which it was fine when it was just water because people were just going up to it with cups and like reaching in it and grabbing water when they needed to. But the problem now being that it was all ice and making everybody incredibly cold. We solved that for them. It's now snowing in the city as normal. Anomaly's gone. You guys are going to go eat a roast dinner. We gave a beetle child a statue of an ancient devil. I'm sure that's fine.
It's just like a toy.
Just like
It never-
toy.
It never did anything to
Well,
Lolly,
no.
so.
I
It's
saw
like
it
a
in the
tentacle
cupboard. It's going to work out
Cole,
great.
so
Is the statue of Westmodius just like the Stinky Pete in the Barbie bag situation from like Toy Story 2?
I don't get that reference, but I trust you. With that, I have to go to
He's
the
an
bathroom.
artist.
But I'm going to die. So I'm going to say goodbye forever. Now all of you say goodbye forever so I can go to the bathroom. Goodbye, everybody.
Bye forever.
Bye.
goodbye forever.